can I say to those individuals who don't believe that there's hunger? Boy, I wish they know there's so much hunger within, especially BG itself, because it's one of the richest county, in our states. And people don't believe there's a lot of hunger in our area. Oh, yeah, there is. It would be a disgrace if I say but there's a lot of people that are hungry. I mean, no means of providing for themselves. And I'm praying and hoping that people will know and learn that there's so much, they can do to help.
Really didn't know there was hunger in the D.C. area. I would tell them to visit any food pantry and see who comes there and see how appreciative those people are. And by those folks showing their appreciation, they're genuine people and they're hungry people and they're thankful people. These people cry. They do all kinds of stuff when they get food, and they sit there, they tell us their problems, why they don't have food, how they lost their job, what they used to have, they don't have anymore. And then too, I think it's important too that the public knows that we're also feeding the working class. People who are working but just can't make it because the inflation has far surpassed their salary. And we have to do that.
Now, is there maybe one story that you have in mind particularly?
Well, yes, there's a story I have in mind, and this is, I'll never forget it. This is about 2 years ago. They had a family who was adopted by another church and for Thanksgiving, and she got a truckload of stuff. And this lady, she hugged me, she hugged my wife, she cried, and she said, "Mr. and Mrs. Sylvester, you have to know this. This is all not mine." I said, "Yes, it is." She says, "No. I have children, it's true, but I have neighbors who need stuff too. I'm going to share this with them." And the good thing about this, several years later, this lady comes back to us with a check and said, "I'm on my feet. I'd like to make a donation." And this happens every now and then.